Are we live? 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 Is my microphone working better this time? I believe it is. I believe I was plugging in with the wrong cord yesterday. Somebody let me know. Let me know if I'm going in and out. If I'm going in and out, then we're gonna just. Guess I'll have to invest in a yet another new microphone. So somebody let me know if the microphone's working well, and somebody else let me know if we are in fact live, and then we will go. We'll cover this. Devils are back in the win column. They snap a five-game losing streak, beating the St. Louis Blues 3-1. The dreadful St. Louis Blues, I might add, who I believe. I mean, they're probably like third worst in the league or something like that. Their record is 28, 21, 29, and 9 on the season. And your record is now 29, 29, and 2 on the season. So pretty pathetic right there. Sorry, we are live. Okay, perfect. Mike sounds good. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. But not a perfect result for the New Jersey Devils. I will say that, like, at this juncture, with the team being as out of of the mix as they are right now, you should be rooting for losses. Like, I know that some people are vehemently opposed to that, and that's fine. Um, but it just gets to a point where you just have to start rooting for some L's there. Let's check out the Devils make the playoffs chances. Where did this? How did this impact? How did this win impact their chances per money puck? And actually, we can even screen share there too. We'll screen share. Boom. Um, it's gonna go up in one. There we go. I'm back. Okay, here we go. This is the Devils' chances to make the playoffs. And as you can see here on Money Puck, it says this is almost a meaningless game for the Devils. This was like the little game preview. If they beat the Blues in regulation, which they did, it only went up 0.2%. So their chances to make the playoffs are 0.7. Do you believe in miracles? I don't know if you should when it comes to this 2025-2026 Devils outlet, but that's just me. It would have gone down to 0.1%. Had they lost in regulation. Again, just almost meaningless, and almost meaningless for the Blues too, who are actually even more terrible than the Devils are. A couple quick notes before I get into some of the comments here. I guess for starters, is just like, this is too little, too late, but like it's just observations I have. The Devils finally shot the puck, right, and you see how well that worked out for them. 28 shots on goal in the first two periods, and they end up getting 2 goals out of it. Coincidence? I don't think so at all. Timo Meier, I mean, he had just a crap load of shots tonight too. Let's see the final shot total for him. 8 shots on goal for Timo Meier. You kind of hope, like, if you are a pro Devils tank the rest of the season, you certainly hope that this March Timo Meier thing doesn't come on the way that it has the past several seasons. Let's see if that ends up being the case or not. But that would not be great for the Devils. The Devils fans who want Gavin McKenna out there, and of course, as you guys know, we will for sure be spinning the tankathon meter today. Devils, right now it's stand pat. They're still at the seventh best odds, seventh worst odds, I should say, to get the first overall pick. Let's see. Other notes that I have on this game. The insane Markstrom mistake at the end there. Markstrom trying to turn into the tank commander there for New Jersey. Tried to fire into the empty net, tried to get a goalie goal out of it, but shot it into like 3 Blues players. I think it was like 3 Blues players. Near disaster for them. I mean, it was disastrous. The Blues ended up scoring. But if they lost this, I mean, that would have just been there's already been so many. How many nails in the coffin? Nails in the coffin have there been for this Devils season? That would have been, the official one. 100% would have been, because you're not coming back from that. Not that they're coming back from even this pathetic hole that they're in right now. Another note that I have is, and I echoed this yesterday. Why the hell are the Devils not in experimentation mode? I'm going to say this same rant again. Why the hell are they not in experimentation mode at this point in the season? I get it. Okay, yeah, you did that some. You put Grits back up there. Fine, but why is Connor Brown, who has been sharp this year? Like I've been very, very complimentary of Connor Brown this year. Why is he in the top six? He's not a top six player. You know, don't do that. Put Lenny Aminahu up there. At least showcase the kid a little bit. See what he can do in the top six. See what you got in him going forward. These games don't matter anymore, and even if they did matter, it would be it wouldn't be wise to put Brown in the top six anyway. Like, you have a much better chance with him being a bottom six player, because that's just his game. That's his skill set. So I don't understand the rationale from Sheldon Keefe there. Maybe we'll ask him next time we see him. But do you guys again, do you even care at this point? Who cares? Again, I think it's just time to experiment. There's 22 games to go. It's way past time for that. The other note I have is just on Jonathan Kovacevic. I mean, Luke Hughes returns in this game. And what does that mean? That means Jonathan Kovacevic is the one that gets the healthy scratch. And lest you forget that Tom Fitzgerald, perhaps the worst GM in the National Hockey League, gave this guy, who was supposed to be a spark for this Devils lineup, 4 years, $4 million with a no trade clause, of course he did. And now he's getting scratched because he's been unplayable, and he really has. Like, ever since he's come back from injury, I get it. He was out for a long time. It's a injury that's not easy to recover from. But he's been utterly unplayable. Like you look at you talk about like the odd man rushes the Devils have given up over the past several games. There's one man that you can point the finger at, and that's really Jonathan Kovacevic. He's the reason for it. So has been really not good. And again, like, I know that before the game has been reported that there was a sickness going out around the room. Fine, but you can't sit here and tell me that that's the reason Jonathan Kovacevic was scratched today. I mean, his play makes us sick. As of late at least. You can't tell me that illness is the one that's been keeping him out. Let's see. I said it and again, like, this is another thing I said last show, and I'll say it again. It's just like, that the move from Fitzgerald handing out that no move clause, or that no trade clause, and handing that extension to Kovacevic is just going to go down as one of the another mistake in his arsenal of many mistakes on the season. Anyways, we'll dive right into your comments here. Sure, you guys have plenty to say after this one. Saturday, not matinee, but like Saturday kind of evening game. I like this, like the finish here. Zach Chin sends a super chat, and he says, question of the day is in the chat. So let us see what he said here. Zach Chin says, question of the day: with Prudential Center allegedly getting $300 million in renovation, what do you think HBSE should renovate? All right. Good question. Oh, Zach, you're full of good questions. For starters, selfishly speaking, renovate that damn press box. That press box looks like it's from it looks like it's right out of the 1990s. And I was born in 1999, but it's what I imagine a press box in the 1990s looked like. That's for starters, and there's so many great press boxes across the league. So you guys don't care about that. Man, I mean, I guess it's kind of tough for me to say because I don't really watch the games from down there in the main concourse or everything like that. But I guess I don't know if you could add some of that budget to food, maybe some better food options there. Of course, that's always the popular one, and I would echo that sentiment too. Let's see, maybe. I don't really know. Like just add some more cool shit. Let's just be real. Let's add some more cool shit. There's so many arenas out there that just look more aesthetically pleasing than Prudential Center, and Prudential Center is like not that old. I think that you're better suited. You can look across the league. Look at like what UBS Arena has, right? When I know the Devils kind of have some just kind of like grab and go options on the go and everything like that. But UBS, like, it just looks so much better. And like, honestly, like the Devils, like even their bathrooms and stuff like that down in the main concourse, like it just kind of looks like the bathroom in your high school, right? Bathrooms are top tier over there at UBS. So, more cool stuff like that, I guess. If you've ever been to Little Caesars Arena too in Detroit, I think that's an amazing arena. You should try to, just go to if you get the chance. Make it look like one of those. Make it look like one of these uh, new arenas like UBS or Little Caesars. But thank you for the question, and thank you for the super chat, Zach Chin. Appreciate that, my man. D. Hurwitz just sends $1.99 to be supportive. Thank you very much, D. Hurwitz. I very much appreciate that. You're the man, or you're the woman if you are a woman. All right, let's go. Patrick Booth. A win is a win. First time since since January 29th. That's crazy. I mean, I know there was the Olympic break, but yeah, it's kind of nuts. Remember Travis Zajak's OT goal in late 2019 in Florida? He doesn't score that. We don't have Jack Hughes. There you go. Fair point. Very fair point. But at the same time, it's like you want to start losing some of these games. So I don't know. It's just you want the best chance possible. I don't know. D. Hurwitz sends another super chat. Says Florida, Toronto, New York Rangers lottery bowl. Yes, indeed. And yeah, I mean that's actually kind of crazy. Those are the next three opponents. These are three huge freaking games. Wow, I didn't even realize that. And you got the Rangers again. Let's see the other dregs of the league that you have. You have the Predators. You got the Blackhawks. Rangers. Oh wow, you got them three more times on the season. Wow, that's crazy. Flyers. I guess are they kind of hovering? I don't even remember. I haven't checked the standings in a little bit. It's probably I'm like Tom Fitzgerald. I don't check the standings. Yeah, you play a lot of like teams that are kind of crappy. They're bottom of the league. Calgary, you play again. There's actually like I was kind of concerned about I guess how boring the latter half of the season would get for this Devils. Like I didn't really know how much there would be there would be to play for, but now there is some to play for. I guess in the reverse sense, like you don't want to play for it, you want to lose those games. But let's see what ends up happening. Of course, the Devils are going to end up winning those games because, of course, they are because they're the Giants on ice. I've said that before. I will say that again. Let's see. CNJ Dev says, I'm neither pro nor anti-tanking. Well, I'm pro it. And if you can tank, you should. I know the players aren't, though. Tyler Seba, on Friday when Fitz might finally talk again, can you ask why Siblikov continues to play over Hallinan, who actually scores and can drop guys with one punch? Been the big mystery, right? It's been the big freaking mystery. Why is Brian Hallinan what does he do to not warrant the playing time that seemingly he should be getting? Surely they see something in practice that they just does not gel with them. I'm with you there, and Siblikov still does not have his first point as a Devil. He's got like 2 points on the season. It's a tough task to have fewer points than Andre Palat, but Siblikov is able to do it. And he's the one that was traded for him, obviously. Sorry, just looking at the dog. I think it's a fair question. But at the end of the day, too, Tyler, there's going to be a lot of questions. Like I've had ever since Fitzgerald spoke last, I started preparing for the next press conference. I've got some good ones too here. Just question wise. So it should be an interesting time. Should he actually speak? I bet you he will though. D. Hurwitz Esquire says, gotta showcase these players to trade them. Gotta have some hope for fans next year too. Hell, with this league schedule, we may go on a heater. Yeah, that's what was pointed out. You got the next three games are the Panthers, the Leafs, the Rangers. That is 3 easy wins. I mean, you don't want to go on a heater because that will put you in a position where you are, you're climbing down the draft ranks when you want to climb up the draft board right there. So not great. Let's move on. Sorry, things going slow today. CNJ Dev, I think the Devils should make some trades whenever they can. I agree. I saw something today that said I think it was Robert Aiken, who was great. Said the Devils should stand pat. I didn't, full transparency, I did not read the full story yet. I have to go do that. It's on my little to-do list here, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that Fitzgerald, whatever you can get, and I guess maybe the rationale might be like, okay, they shouldn't make trades because Tom Fitzgerald shouldn't be trusted to make any major trades at this deadline like that. And I agree with that totally. But if you give him permission, like if the what you should be doing now is you should be doing kind of a baby sell off. So do that baby sell off and get some assets while you can to some future assets to make your team as well rounded as possible. We'll take a couple more here, then we will just wrap it up a little bit just because it's a Saturday and I know that the games. We'll get some more streams going on this week because we got a busy trade deadline week, folks. It's going to be a fun week. We might stream for like 12 hours trade deadline day or something like that. Maybe you guys will just spend the whole day with me. Patrick Booth, a slight concern I have now is that our Russian goalie Yegorov hasn't had as good of a season as I would hope. Yeah, I did a whole story on him earlier this year, and basically I had people around BU's program, flat out tell me that this is a guy that's don't be too concerned about his numbers because the team just kind of stinks. The blue line especially is so green. They stink. A lot of them are freshmen. I can't remember the exact number, but a ton of them are freshmen, underclassmen. And so I would not, I would not be too concerned about Yegorov. And he's a friend of the show. Of course, we're not going to be concerned about him. I'm joking. You got to stay objective, of course. I'm just joking. Tyler Seba, can we acknowledge Luke's game? He was great today. Yes, he was. I agree with that. There was every reason not to believe that Luke would not be great coming out of this. But he ends up turning it on. Maybe he's trying to show up his brother a little bit. It was, could be on Saturday Night Live tonight. We'll see what ends up happening there. I will I'll be sure to ask around to see what the deal is with that. Can I get my phone to work on my laptop? Maybe I'll text someone right now to see if I can. No, I can't get it to work. I'll have a tweet later. See if I can get someone to confirm or deny if Jack is going on SNL tonight, because that will be appointment television if so. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. Just kind of do it's just a quick little stream tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into us here on Speaking of the Devils. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends. We do this after every game. We do this whenever breaking news happens. We do this whenever we have a good guest. We'll have get some more guests lined up here soon. It's been just kind of a weird month for me. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.